Okay, so hello everybody and welcome back to some more runes! Oh look, our axe skill apparently just went up. No it didn't.
What? What? Who?
Some skill just went up. Wind or dark? Probably wind. Does using the axe give wind experience? Now that is the question. Regardless, everyone, we're going to be spending a few episodes grinding stats and whatnot because that next boss fight is a bit too much to try to go through with the stats as we currently have them. But also, I haven't been wanting to do runes lately, so hey, first runes in almost a week.
Rawr.
And I have Azura here as well to do some runes with together.
Yes, everyone, welcome back to Harvest Rune.
So what's been the news? What's been going on? What's been... Wait a second.
Been sick.
Azura's been sick. Why was the... Oh, right, I basically muted the Rune Factory audio because I was doing, crafting stuff. So, why is OBS not getting the game's audio? And why didn't I check for that before I started recording? Well, okay. Time for sleep. So, Azura and I have been doing more of our Minecrafts. Not recording, we started a new mod pack.
It's so
The
nice
old
out
mod pack
today.
is basically dead. I'm not continuing that one. And the one that we are doing, we're not recording. So trying to figure out stuff to upload for this week was a bit of a challenge. Whoops.
What did you do wrong?
Oh, what I did wrong was I forgot to fill up my watering can before I started, watering. So I didn't have enough water to actually water the whole field. This isn't something...
There!
Woohoo! Stat increases!
Alright!
Oh my gosh, that's so many stat increases so far.
Stat Factory.
Yeah, basically. Int is only 147, health is only 734. We really need to keep increasing those stats up higher, higher, and higher. And I think you know exactly what I'm planning on doing to do precisely that. Oh, right. So it looks like, quite possibly at least, that the My Little Pony game that I've been running on Sundays might just actually be done for. We didn't exactly have many players, and one of the players decided that they wanted out. And it's like, do we continue with, you know, one less player? Like, yeah. So I just don't really know anymore. Although, to be fair, I never really knew anything, so it's all basically the same. But also, in other... Really? Oh, that has to go in the fridge. Medicine has to be refrigerated, apparently. But also, in other pony-related news, the new source book is out. I wish I could pick it up from a local store, but I had to order it online. My LGS doesn't sell
Morning.
the pony tabletop role-playing game source books. Otherwise, I'll just buy it from there. So I bought that, bought a few other things, bought a few of the magic cards that by this point
Good
I'm
morning.
decently certain are not going to be coming in the mail.
Welcome.
Okay, so
Hey!
alright, let's take a quick little glance on Oprah. Green Factory 3, oranges. No, wait. Okay. You can make an orange juice with them. How good is orange juice? 45% Rune recovery. Okay, you know what? That's fine.
Welcome.
We're holding 2 oranges. We're buying a few, actually.
Good choice. Thank you kindly. Come again.
She has a color? Well, time to make a whole bunch of orange juice. And you know what? Once again, mute the game. Oh gosh, right. Yesterday I went to play some CDH and I got like the stupidest, but in a good way, opening like ever.
Oh.
So, traditional Magic the Gathering is turn 1, play a land, maybe you'll play something that costs 1. However, in the history of Magic the Gathering, there are a few cards that let you break the mana curve, as it's called. So my opening hand, I remember exactly what it was a land that can tap for 1 mana, or you can tap and sacrifice it for 2 mana. So I played it, sacrificed it, got 2 mana. I played a Sol Ring, a 1 mana artifact that can tap for 2 mana. Considered to be like the most popular card in Commander, to the point where basically every single deck runs a Sol Ring. So I played that, tapped it, so now I was at 3 mana. I played a Mana Crypt, a 0 mana artifact that can tap for 2 mana, but beginning of your upkeep, there's a 50-50 chance it'll deal 3 damage to you. So, essentially strictly better than Sol Ring. Because it's 0 mana instead of 1 mana, but people don't play it so much, because that's where they draw the line between Sol Ring and Mana Crypt. Whatever, this is CDH, I'm running both. Played that, tapped it, I had 5 mana, then I played a Grim Monolith. Even more expensive card. It costs 2 mana, you can tap it for 3 mana, but it doesn't untap at the start of your turn. But at any point, you can pay 4 mana to untap it. So I played that, went down to 3 mana, tapped it for 3, went up to 6, And then I cast Echoes of Eternity, a 6-mana colorless enchantment that has the ability of, trying to make sure I get this completely right. Whenever you cast a colorless spell, create a copy of that spell. So if it's a permanent spell, the copy will enter the battlefield as a token, but this doesn't count as actually creating a token. But whatever, you copy the spells you cast. Also copies all triggered abilities of other colorless permanents you control and of colorless spells you cast. My CEDH deck is completely colorless, so it copies all of my spells and all of my triggers.
Fun.
So turn 1, I play this, and I pass the turn. And I'm here thinking, like, surely in CDH, someone could very well remove this thing. I'm surprised they haven't already countered it. But even if they do, I still have 4 mana going into turn 2 from the Sol Ring and the Mana Crypt. So I'm still okay. And I have, like, nothing in my hand. Because, like, land, Sol Ring, Mana Crypt, Grim Monolith was basically my entire hand. I drew the Echoes of Eternity for my turn 1 draw, because in EDH you draw if you're going first, turn 1. I was also going first, did I mention that? I think I had like a land and like 2 other cards that weren't necessarily great at that moment. They were about to be really good. I get to my turn 2. I still have this enchantment out. I still have my 4 mana up. So I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Mana Crypt has a chance to bolt me twice. Whatever. So turn 2, I go, okay, sure, fine then. Play my land, so I'm at 5 mana. I pay 3 mana to cast a creature spell that says artifacts you cast cost 1 less to cast. I copy it, so now my artifacts cost 2 less. And I have 2 mana left. I spend 1 mana to cast Sculpting Steel. A 3 mana artifact, but only costs 1 because of the cost reduction, leaving me with 1 mana left available. Enters the battlefield as a copy of any artifact in play. Notably, the Echoes of Eternity is an enchantment, so I can't copy it. So instead I choose to copy my Sol Ring twice, because I make a copy of Sculpting Steel on the stack. So now I have 5 mana available to me. So I played 2 total lands, Sol Ring, Mana Crypt, Echoes of Eternity, Cost Reducer, and this clone. Wait, yeah. Land, Sol Ring, Mana Crypt, Echoes. Land, Cost Reducer, this thing. So it's not... Why do I feel like I only had 1 card in my hand left at this point? Whatever. So I spend my 5 mana to cast a Wondrous Crucible. Turn 1, I get out a 6-drop. Turn 2, I get out 2 copies of a 7-drop. The important text of it is, at the beginning of your end step, mill 2 cards, then exile a non-land card at random from your graveyard. You may cast it without paying its mana cost. So by itself, it's okay. Go to my end step, get a free spell. It's a little bit of accumulated value. It's okay, not awesome. I've always debated 7 mana for this, but I mean, if I get it like 2 or 3 times, it's alright. Well, in this case, since it wasn't countered, I don't just get it, like, once on my end step, because I have a copy of it, and they both trigger twice, so I get it 4 times. So I get 4 free cards on my end step. Except that's not 4 free things. Each of those things I cast is copied, so that's actually 8 free things. And one of them, cast a card that has Cascade. When you cast a spell, reveal cards off the top of your library to reveal a non-land card that costs less. You may cast that without paying its mana cost. Put the other cards on the bottom. So I milled this 7 mana Cascade thing. manage to hit it, cast a copy of it, make a copy of it. Since it was cast off of Wondrous Crucible, I cascade, but since the trigger of cascade is copied, I cascade twice. Both of those spells get copied too. And there I am with like my 20-minute turn 2. My board is like so full of like cards and tokens. I'm stacking things on top of other. My playmat is full and it's turn 2. And then I just go and win the game. It's like, geez, I'm glad this happened in Seed Age. Could you imagine something insane like this happening in just a casual game? People would get so mad about that. But in Seed Age, so all the other players are like, wow, that was sweet. Let's play another game. And in game 2, I bricked like so hard. I had to keep mulliganing until I was like down to only 3 cards in hand. Like, I did not do well game 2. But game 1, I took everything I had and I just went with it. Like, even if they had had counters for things, I would have still been okay. But they didn't have counters or removal, so I was just awesome. People often question why I have certain cards in my CDH deck. Oh, no other CDH deck plays Echoes of Eternity. It's like, yeah, because none of the popular CDH decks are colorless. If you had the option to put a 6-mana spell in your makes a whole bunch of mana deck that copies every spell you cast and every trigger you do, in a deck that likes to cast a lot of spells and has quite a few really good triggered abilities, you'd probably run it too. Yeah. Only real thing I need to do with it is somehow copy it and then cast a spell. Because the ability that copies the spells is a triggered ability. So if you have a second Echoes of Eternity, both of them will trigger to copy a spell, but then both of them will copy the other card's trigger to copy the spell. So you cast one spell, you get 4 copies of it. That with like a cost reducer makes my spells cost 5 less, cast almost everything for free, and get 4 copies of all of it. It's like, yeah, sure, you want to counterspell one of these 5 cards? You want to counterspell one of these 5 spells? Go right ahead. Try me. I guess it's moments like that that people do those sorts of things. Those moments of, oh my gosh, that was so cool. Oh, also, I've been cleaning lately. I think I told you a little bit about this. I want to put my bike in the hall closet instead of just leaving it in my living room when not in use. I don't even have my bike in my apartment right now because the family is looking after it, and I'm waiting for the company to email me back to tell me what I'm supposed to do about fixing it before we try to just darn well weld the pedal in place. Honestly, I should have just duct taped it back together and just been all like, just like, okay, that's good enough for now. Yeah, cleaning out the whole closet, finding stuff that I haven't seen in years because it's been in there. I had like 2 boxes full of old clothes. Some of them don't really properly fit anymore, and some of them I'm not sure if they ever really fit, and that would explain why they went in those boxes. But yeah, after clearing out that closet, I realized it might, because of the shelving unit that's like bolted in there, it might be too small to actually hold the bike. So instead, I might just have wind up having to take the stuff from my other closet, put it in this closet, and put my bike in the other closet instead. You know, both closets, because why not? I'm trying to call it. I think there's something else I wanted to talk about too, but now I've forgotten. Oh, that's right. I found that old computer that should potentially have my old Minecraft saves on it. I'm hoping that I can get it all turned on and working again, and just copy the Minecraft world saves to like a USB or something. I think it would be fun to just spend a bit of time just exploring those old worlds, the nostalgia. What do you think, is there, would that be something that you'd be interested in joining me for at some point? We can do the whole like open to land thing so we can just both see it together.
I mean, I guess, but I mean, this is probably more nostalgia for you.
Oh, absolutely. Now, what could be really cute is if you also had like your original Minecraft saves, so we could go through like both of ours.
I mean, I've never been the one to create a world, so I wouldn't have any.
Oh, you never played like single player?
No, the game's boring as shit in single player.
No need to curse.
I mean, it's accurate.
The game is nice. Um, hmm, ow. In more positive news, I finally have my VR area back. Now that I don't have a bike sitting in there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I believe the bike company closes at like 4 p.m. I don't know what time zone though. So it seems like they still haven't. It's been like 2 full business days since sent them since I replied to their follow up. Okay, apparently we're out of oranges. Whatever happened to all the oranges, I wonder? Alright. Ah, what the? It's weird. Felt like there was something on my side right there. Perfect. And now instead of cooking, let's do a whole bunch of crafting. And I guess if I really wanted to go all the way for, hey, check out my old Minecraft worlds, that would also include the one that I had on the 360 that I sometimes played with friends here and there. I still remember that because the Minecraft on the 360 was a limited size of world. I forget how big it was, like 150 blocks by 150 blocks, like much smaller than PC Minecraft, that's for sure. And
Yeah.
and I had the goal that I wanted to just empty out the entire world and just make it all one giant base. There are also very arbitrary there are some very arbitrary limitations on the console version. Like there's a world limit to how many chickens you can have. And since one of my friends had like 20 chickens in their house, I couldn't make a chicken farm. There's just too many chickens. Tried to toss some eggs. Whenever you toss an egg, you just get the message, maximum number of chickens reached. Yeah. Yeah, I touched on earlier, trying to figure out what to record to upload this week was a little bit of a challenge because not just one, but two of the series that I've been uploading ended last week. So I had to try to figure out replacements for both of them. And literally, one of them is a game that I haven't uploaded for over 3 years. I played the demo and then just I had totally intended to keep playing more, and then I just never did. Finally got the full game because it was on sale. And then finally actually got around to uploading episode 2. Man, did you get all the notifications? Apparently there's some games going on sale. I'm still waiting for uh, World of Keflings to be available on PC so we can play that together. Kingdom of Keflings is kind of fun. Kind of fun, nice little thing. Gosh. You know what game I really want to... yeah, you know what game I really want to play a sequel of?
What?
That hacking game.
Which one?
The one where you have like the little like bits and you go along the grid and you have to try not to like get your things killed by the enemy hacking
Oh,
tools.
I mean that was the sequel that we played, wasn't it?
No, that wasn't a sequel. That was like a fan game of like a fan made. They recreated it and also like they made new levels, but it wasn't like an official sequel as a fan made. But I want to do more. Actually, wait, you can play user submitted levels. I should just go and try that. Yeah, you can play user submitted levels and you can be a user and submit your own levels. Yeah, playing some of those seems like that could be decently fun. Accidentally made more than I was thinking I should. Yeah, marmalade is like 3 oranges. Orange juice is better than the marmalade. Orange juice at a base is better than the marmalade, and marmalade requires 3 times as much resources. Orange juice only sells for $12.50, and marmalade sells for $1,500. So, money-wise, marmalade is better. But recovery-wise, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Whoopsies. That it does restore a bit more health. Strength vitality, but int goes up. Int goes up by a lot more. Strength goes down for some reason. Well, time to go and say hi to some of these. To some of the people around town.
Hello. Hello. Hi. Hello. What brings you in? Hello. My goodness. Hey there. Hello. Man. Hey.
Oh! Azura! He has
Yeah.
something to tell us!
Oh.
I'm actually a mermaid! Hi! Right. 7 p.m. I'm actually going to talk to her for the first time at 7 p.m. Oh. Well, time to go right back up to our stats, so there goes the audio.
Meow meow.
We're trying to craft some orange
Meow meow
juice.
meow meow. Meow meow meow.
Somehow, this gives us experience.
You're trying to craft rings out of orange juice?
Yes,
Bracelet.
we're trying to make a nice bracelet. We can't quite get the gem to settle into the orange juice. So I don't know why, but I was just reminded a story of something that had happened in the past. You remember Little Big Planet?
Yeah.
So this wasn't like right after it came out, but a little bit after it came out. Like, I wasn't interested in it originally, but then I went over to my cousin's place, we played it together. I really liked the game, so I wanted to copy and ask my parents for it. So this was, a month or two after it came out, maybe whatever. And so parents were like, yeah, sure, okay, we can get you that game. Uh, However, due to some reason, I'm not sure why, but due to some reason, I had to stay at my grandparents for like a week. And so I had my PS3 with me, and I had my new copy of Little Big Planet, and I had a computer that had an HDMI port. My dad had said that I could probably just plug my PS3 into my computer to play the game, and everything should just be fine. And I should be able to just, you know, entertain myself with my new game. Um, you know a bit about computers, Azura. You know, now,
Yeah.
you know, the flaw in that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, my dad had told me that's a thing I should be able to do, so I believed him. What I didn't realize, though, was that the HDMI cable didn't work. As a secondary issue, I mean, you also can't output HDMI to a laptop.
Yeah.
But as a secondary issue, the cable itself was broken.
Wow.
After that week, I tried to, went back home, plugged into my TV, and it wouldn't work. Got a different cable, and then it worked. So throughout that week, my grandparents had two televisions, but they were both no, they had two TVs. The one in the basement almost never got used, except by me. They almost never used it. But it was a super old TV, you know, six
Yeah.
feet tall and 5 feet thick.
Jesus.
Okay, maybe 3 feet thick. I don't know. It was, a big TV. Uh, couldn't plug HDMI in there. You could get the AV ports. I played N64 on it when I was little.
Yeah.
Couldn't get HDMI on that. You could only get on the upstairs TV. But it felt like all throughout the day for the entire week when I was free and would be able to play my game. Because I think that, they brought me out to, go to the mall or whatever, or they had me doing chores and stuff you know, things. When I was finally free and could play my game, they were one or both of them were watching TV and wouldn't let me use their TV to play my game. So I had a brand new game, and for a whole week I couldn't play it. After being told that I should totally be able to play the game. And it's
I mean,
I was
honestly, what it sounds like is pretty much every adult in your family throughout your entire life has proven to be incredibly unreliable.
I was very frustrated, but I didn't really know who or what necessarily to be frustrated at. Should I be frustrated that my computer can't, accept I can play the game? Should I be frustrated that the PS3? Should I be frustrated with my dad for, having me stay at my grandparents' place? I don't know what was going on with my parents, why I had to stay at my grandparents' place. It could have been that both of my parents were in the hospital all week. I don't know. It could have been that they were both going out to Disneyland and didn't invite me. I don't know. I just know that I was with my grandparents for a week, and I couldn't play my new game, and I really wanted to. Little Big Planet is a really weird. I think that's part of the reason why I have a weird relationship to the Little Big Planet games, because even after that whole incident, me being late to enjoying the game and then being delayed, blah blah blah, I still played Little Big Planet for years. Mostly because the online scene was insane. You keep going. You could play new, like, user created levels, good, solid levels, and just keep playing new games over and over and just never run out. Like the first, what, year, 2 years? And then, like, eventually, Little Big Planet 2 came out, and it felt like when Little Big Planet 2 came out, like, the fan base community basically just died. Like, I still remember playing so many Little Big Planet 1 levels that were showing off, like, hey, you can, like, do this with Little Big Planet, so you can use this. Like, even if you don't buy, like, the water DLC, you can, like, go and, like, you can load this preset level that has the water thing, save it, and then like start a new custom level and still be able to use water. Like, so many neat like things that people were finding out and exciting levels that people were making. I was a big fan of the bomb survival levels. I did a few puzzle levels, those are really nice. There is one level that I really want to play again because it's basically just an entire rather interesting storyline like that you might find it in RPG, but like the level itself didn't have like RPG stats and traits and stuff. Just reminded me of one. But like with the real time system, so if you're too slow, like talking to the townspeople, the big fog rolls in, and if you're not in safety by the time the fog rolls in, you might just die. But if you are in safety, then you just have to wait for it to stop. And it's like, yeah, Little Big Two Planet came out, and it felt like the even though there was so much more that you could do suddenly, all of the creativity had already been spent, so people weren't interested in continuing to be creative. And like Little Big Planet 3, like strictly speaking, you can do even more, but when I finished my Let's Play of Little Big Planet 3, disappointed because the final fight took like 5 minutes instead of like the hour that I'd budgeted for it. I went online to play the most popular user made levels. Uh, most of them were like basically, let's trick people into playing this level. Sure, they'll downvote it. I am sorry. So, like, what is this? Is perishable new trait that cards can have?
I mean, that's something that's accessible from Orange onwards.
Ah. It's like, that's either a new trait that cards can have, or that's just a descriptive term for popcorn being, what does it say? Perishable? Consumable?
Yeah,
Whew.
so it's actually it's like basically I get the feeling that perishable was inspired by popcorn. Basically, the perishable effect has no new effect on popcorn.
I still remember back in the day going to movies and stuff, and because like as you like walk out of the theater, you can get a refill on your popcorn for free. So I just get like the free popcorn refill, bring it home, and then just basically have like popcorn as a extra meal.
Oh, I are you kidding me?
No.
Uh, perishable polychrome.
Oof. It's nice while it lasts, even if that
You
isn't for
know,
very long.
I better check about this how it works.
Ow. Right. So I still have that cut on my ear. It's bandaged up, so it doesn't really hurt as much. It feels like it's been healing. I think it didn't hurt me at all yesterday, or maybe even the day before either. But my glasses have like shifted somehow. So now they're like really digging into my nose, something fierce. No matter how I try to like move my glasses or have them rest slightly differently, something about them is just no, we must push to the right at all times with as much force as we can muster. And like there's a divot in my nose. Why are my glasses so adamant on hurting me? Oh yes, but right. I was going to do a thing. Uh it feels like sometimes when people are given more creative options, the creativity of people seems to go down. Little Big Planet, very creative, versus Little Big Planet 2, Little Big Planet 3. The most popular played games of Little Big Planet 3, as of when I had recorded my final episode of Little Big Planet 3, were mostly just clickbait type levels. And there was one that was a Five Nights at Freddy's clone that ran like 4 FPS. It ran at about 1/3 the speed of the regular game.
Mm.
And I mean, to be fair, creating an entire game within another game is pretty neat.
Yeah, that is pretty neat.
But when I saw that it took, no joke, 5 seconds to move from one screen, like one side of the screen to the other, I just said no. Not worth it to try to play when it's that insanely slow. But also, I noticed from like Halo 3 had, oh my gosh, so many custom maps. I could, and in fact, I have spent an entire episode gushing about how amazing they were. Halo Reach. I really tried to play more custom maps in that. I really darn well tried. I don't remember any that were particularly good.
Well, that run failed. Oh well.
I know it's absolutely possible of a thing that could totally happen. I'm just trying to think of the logistics and possibility of a game where you have to essentially build a part of the game and then play it to like continue with the game. And I'm thinking it's like, yeah, sure, there are games where you have to like customize your character and then you can start playing, or something like Dark Cloud 2 where you have to like where you can like customize the town but you have to hit certain parameters. But imagine something like that for like a dungeon crawling type game. You, the player, have to customize the dungeon, and then you, the player, then go through that dungeon. And it's like, it would be so hard to try to make it work in such a way that the dungeon isn't just easily bypassed. Like, oh, make sure to have like such and such amount of monsters in it. It's like, okay, cool. I'll have this side path off to the side. I'll have all the monsters in there and all the treasure on the main path. Easy. So it's like, I'm sure it's possible of a thing to do. Of course, it's possible of a thing to do. But I'm not too sure how possible it would be of a thing to then try to, like, make it fair. Oh, and for the people in the audience wondering uh, what happened, yeah, my mom called. Turns out that she was coming by today to pick up the cardboard that I'd gone from my storage closet in the hallway closet. because I told her I had a bunch of cardboard, which I did. I don't know how much, like 10 pounds of cardboard, which it's cardboard. That's a fairly decent amount. And she wants cardboard for her gardening, so yeah, she was coming by. It's like, hey, here to pick up the cardboard. I'm like, oh, shoot. Okay. Which is actually really funny because I was planning on calling her after this recording just to like check up on what was going on, forgetting that she was supposed to be coming by during the recording for all of that. Speaking of recording stuff, is the stream happening today?
Yes, and I'm about to do the race now. I was waiting for you to take a breath
Okay.
so I can say so. So,
Yeah. Well, the episode of Rune Factory is almost over anyway, so
alright.
I'm gonna go and join you for moral support for your race. Azura's been doing Paper Mario randomizer races. She's done
Yes.
3 races and won all of them, right?
Yes.
But I think what 2, maybe all 3 of your opponents wound up scooping, because every one of the seeds has been just a nightmare. But still,
Yeah.
flawless record.
Yep.
So, I hope y'all at home enjoyed, and go check out Paper Mario Randomizer streams. Go back in time about 8 hours at least. 8 hours at bare minimum, and check out Azura's Paper Mario stream.
Are you gonna actually link to it in the description of the video? You can remember to do that?
No, I think it'd be even funnier if I linked to like the VOD that gets made after the stream.
I mean, I'm not gonna upload the VOD to YouTube or anything.
No, like, but like Twitch saves it, and you can like click on like the
Yeah.
link and watch it on Twitch. Yeah,
It only sticks around for a while.
yeah. You say it's been around for a while. It was not around when I played through Dark Souls 3.
That is not what I said. I said it only
Oh.
sticks around for a while. Only my last 4 streams stay.
Oh. Maybe I'll just completely link to your whole Twitch.
Yeah.
Might be better. But yeah, when I had recorded Dark Souls 3, none of that stuck. Which was rather unfortunate because I wanted to have that for YouTube. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Alright. I'm gonna switch to my voice chat.
Alright, I'll come and join you. Okay, we're all alone now. I should give some sort of secret message here that, of course, Azura will never know because I don't think she watches my videos. To be fair, I don't either. I don't even know. I'm just kind of, just a little bit tired. A little bit tired, a little bit loopy, you know how it goes. It just, like, I might wind up taking a nap while Azura is streaming. Don't tell her that. I've been really wanting to do more reading lately. Might just do some reading while I watch the stream. It's not exactly a high energy stream. I could totally read while watching it. It's Paper Mario Rando. They don't even use any of the funny rando settings either. Like, seriously. Oh, hey, look, rune points are almost at 1,000. That's neat. Maybe I'll try to do some fish percent. These streams are like basically anywhere from like 2 to 3 hours. Actually, I think one of them was almost 4 hours, just because the Bowser fight was extra annoying. My glasses are trying to hurt me. My bike broke my closet. My cat keeps trying to get into the closet. I almost hospitalized myself in Rune Factory again. I don't know what's going on and going wrong. Everything is going wrong. So anyway, that's the end of this episode. Hope you enjoyed it somehow. Now I got a stream to go and watch, and a cat over there to try to convince to come over here so I can pet him, and a tablet over there to try to get, and maybe some food to make. I don't know, something about playing this Rune Factory game just kind of makes me a little bit hungry. Maybe something nice and sweet, maybe a little bitter. Fruity, maybe?